Hey, okay. Y'all thought I was gonna talk about Iran, didn't you? Nope. Okay, so I was looking at this post and it was saying, you wouldn't call the post said you wouldn't call anybody the N word if you knew exactly where it came, what it meant and stuff like that. Um, well, I mean, everybody know what it means. I mean, they know how it's used or whatever and that stuff like. And people use it for different ways. And affection from other black people is what they say, and other people use it in a derogatory manner to basically as a slur word, you know, as a derogatory word towards a person who is of color, right? Okay, so but a lot of people really don't know where the word starts from. Now, I'm not going to give you an in-depth history. I'm just going to tell you what I've learned. A little bit of what I learned is not exact, and you really should do more research if you want to know more. This is where I get the information that I got. This is what I've read, right? So the word nigger, I'm not gonna say N word because that's just stupid to me. The word nigger was derived. It really means black. And that's where really where it's come from. Okay, so when people were being human trafficked as slaves, and these are people from Africa. You have to have it's a business, so they writing things down, right? This is why you have um, uh, evidence, historical evidence, and papers of where different slaves came from, their names, the descriptions of them, stuff like that, because it was a business, you know. So you write down these different things, and it was legal. So yeah, you can have paperwork and distribute it between people, and that's why you still have records. If it was so underground, you wouldn't have all these records, right? So, in order for you to describe your cargo, right, you'll put on there. Uh, you'll describe your cargo, and the cargo was black people, right? But they didn't say black. So it's derived. It would say Negro. Now, if you go in Spain, Spanish word for black is Negro. Now you also have a Latin word. I'm not really sure how they say it, but it's something to the point of like Negra, a Niger, or something like that, or Negra, Negro, Negra, like that, right? And you also have a country in Africa called Niger, Niger. Well, when you have a whole bunch of different cultures getting together, everybody gonna have their own word for black. They're gonna have their own way of pronouncing a word that they see. So let's just say that you have somebody from England. Let's just say England, right? And they're not used to really saying the word, and maybe it's not even in their dictionary, their vocabulary, right? So you hear these words, Negro, Negro, like even if you didn't grow up saying that word, then you may not know how to properly pronounce it. Especially when somebody writes it down, it might not come across as sounding the same way. So let's just take Niger. Let's just take the spelling Niger. Some people gonna say Niger, and then all depends on where you come from. You might put a g sound on the G instead of a j. You might say g. So you might say not Niger. Some people might say, and I might pronounce the I as E and nigger, or and then like I said, you'll see some people spell it different. So it might say nigger. Somebody might put a R-E and it's a Negra, and somebody might misspelled it. It might have been Niger, and then they put R-E, and now it's Negro. So when you have all these people, and then some people, just like we do here in the real world, I mean, somebody misspell it and it's written down, and then they're gonna send that shipping list off, or they're gonna send the email off, right? And it's gonna be spelled the way that they typed it. It might have been a typo. It might have been someone who just didn't know really how to spell it. They're not familiar with it, so now it's come across. They're going all the way overseas. They said, "What's this? This is looks like Negro." Okay, okay, Negro. That's what they said. Okay, it's a Negro. And somebody might be a little bit familiar with Negros, and they put Negro. So, okay, that's probably the same thing. Whatever. It's black. Just mean black. So once they get to the states, then or wherever they're going, Caribbean, South America, it's Negro. I mean, it's close to the word, and the word really means black. So all you're doing is just explaining or describing what kind of cargo you have, which is all just people. I know it sounds crazy, it might sound messed up, but that's the reality of it. It's Negro, like Negro, Negra, Negra, Niger, and people have different ways of pronouncing it. They may not know how to properly pronounce it, and then once you get to the states, they just came up. Well, look, we're just gonna say nigga. It mean black, right? Right. It mean black. They don't care what the person's name is anyway, because it's cargo. They don't care that this is a real life, human being person. They treat them like cargo. They treat them like animals. They don't care what the name is. All they want to do is get the description. They write down there, Negro girl, Negro boy. All depends on how educated the person is who was writing it. They might say nigger, nigger girl, nigger boy. Especially when they get to the United States, they gonna say niggers for sale. They ain't gonna say. They might say Negro. All depends on how educated that person is to that particular type of language and saying and definition, description, whatever. And so, hence, people just start saying nigga. Now, if you don't care who the person is, you're not gonna say their name. Hey, Negro man, what's your name? You don't care. You don't care because you already don't care that you selling human beings. So why would you care what the name is? So you can say, "Hey, nigga, get over here," and then pretty soon, I mean, black people they ain't stupid. They're human beings. Everybody gonna look. They gonna look. They gonna be like, "What? Negro, Negro, nigga, nigga, get over here." Nigga, get over here, nigga girl, that's a nigga girl, that's a nigga man, that's a nigga boy, that's a nigga woman. And then pretty soon you just gonna look. You don't understand the language, but you understand when they say nigga because they direct it towards you. You can hear it enough. You know they talking about you. It's just like if you said hey. If you said hey to anybody, a group of people, I bet you everybody in that group gonna look. Hey, if you just walk in any room and just say hey to a group of people, I bet you everybody look because they understand that that's a universal uh, uh, word for everybody to look to see what you want. Same thing with black people back in the day when the slaves, when they say nigga, everybody who black no look because they know you talking about somebody black. Now, when they start using a derogatory word way, they gonna do that because, like I said, they're not trying to call you by your name, and then the way that they're gonna talk to you. I mean, somebody can call your name in a derogatory manner. Mike, Mike. You know what I'm saying? If they say it a certain way, you know that they don't mean you any good, right? And if they say Mike or something like that, Mike. But if they say always saying Mike, Mike, then you're gonna take it in the wrong way, especially if it ain't your name, right? And so that's really all it is, though, to be honest with you. I mean, nigga is nothing but a word. Like it can't hurt you physically, but it's used mentally and it's not used it's basically used to because it's making you feel less than human because they're not calling you by your name first of all. And then the way that they're saying it in a derogatory manner by the voice inflection is negative. So the word period is going to be associated with negativity. Now, if somebody said nigga and they handed you $1,000 every time they say nigga, if you see a nigga, what you gonna do? You gonna turn and you gonna be glad because you gonna be like, yo, somebody about to hand me $1,000. But if saying nigga every time they beating you, then you're gonna associate that word with negativity. That's all. So that's where this word comes from. It just means black, and somebody just using it in a negative way.